Hi guys, it's Teacher Kevin here. It's a pleasure to have sit here sharing you such as knowledge regarding a topic that you have been struggling with. Okay. Before starting, I would like to share you what can we do. Okay, with this, and also I would like to uh, give you some tips regarding this topic, which is simple past tense. Okay, focused on grammar. Right. So, okay, that we do make several things during the year, but we don't find the way uh, of how to express. Okay, how to we don't find how to express it in a past in something that you are no longer doing it. So that's why I'm here. Okay, because we do several activities, we make several things, and we don't know how to tell this story to someone else. In that way, let me tell you that this is an interesting topic. Okay, because with this you can gossip, you can do many things, we can express several things, right? So look at this, a fast recap about what we can do is also you can express it. We can recap, it's something that you can apply in order to practice this verbal tense. For example, I can say that on weekend I went to a party. I was in a friend's house hanging out. I did several things, several stuff. So with this, we can express, and also we can you know tell a story, and also gossip. Who doesn't want to gossip, or who doesn't like to gossip nowadays? Okay, and with this, okay, we can tell something that a person did before, and of course it's an anecdote. So okay, for example, as you know, we have press a past. This is the timeline: past, present, and future. And today we're going to focus just on past. Okay, so past tense is used to uh, tell or express something that it's no longer happening. It just stayed in the past. Okay, it doesn't affect your present and neither your future. Okay, that's what I draw uh, a timeline there. So with simple past, okay, we can tell stories, we can uh, say something that you did and nobody noticed it. We can express, because that's the key word here: express something, okay, that it's not affecting something nowadays. Okay, well, for example, with simple past, we have verb common verbs. Okay, for example, we have work, we have speak, we have uh, walk, we have a timeline. Okay, a long list of common verbs. These three that I mentioned before is just one of the most that we use. Do is something that we can also use in past, and we use it as an auxiliary that later I'm going to be explaining how to use it. Okay. Okay, with this we have verbs, two type of verbs. Okay, we have regular and we have regular verbs. Regular verbs are those ones that they just have one rule, which is all of them end in ed, with a ed at the end. For example, if the verb ends in a E, okay, you just add D, okay, at the end of the verb, okay. For example, we have a regular verb and a common one as well. We have work, and in past we have worked, okay. How to pronounce it, or how to know how to pronounce it, it's going to be explained later, because we are going to be discovering another stuff in the next class that is coming soon. Okay, with this verbal rule, or with these guys called regular verbs, they are regular because it's one, or is are the most common actions that you perform during a day, so that's why they are regular. What happened with irregular verbs? They are called the memory list, okay? Because they don't have a pattern to follow, they don't have a rule as regular ones that we can use in order to express this. So they just uh, change or not change during its usages, because okay, they can or they cannot. Okay, for example, we have the verb speak, a common one, but in past is spoke, so it changed. Okay, what happened with the verb could, which is an irregular, another irregular one? We have could as well in past. Okay, we have do, okay, and also we have d, so it changed totally. Okay, so with this lesson, or with this part of the lesson, you already know how to identify a regular and irregular verb. Okay, remember that the regular verbs are the ones that don't change a lot, just add an ed at the end, but irregular ones can change or not. Okay. For example, what happened with another tip of another note that you cannot miss out is that regular verbs that end in a Y, okay, like this one, carry, okay, we replace the Y by an I, and we add ed, okay, so instead of say carry with ed, without changing the y, we're going to place it, okay, the I instead of the y, right? So this is the topic, or this is okay, the most common words, or the most common rules or patterns in simple past. Okay, as simple present, that you are coming from there, simple present and simple past shared something, which is its pattern: subject, verb, and complement. But what happened with the verb? It's over me. With the verb in this case must be in past. Okay, so all the rules that I was telling you during these minutes, okay, you have to apply it here. Okay, so the verb must be in past, okay, not in present. Okay, so I'm going to give you some information, some sentences, okay, that you can use in order to, see how this works. Okay, for example, we have I went, past of go, to the doctor yesterday. Okay, this is a simple sentence that we use at least every day. Okay, I did my homework, my mom cooked the dinner, okay, and a long list beyond. So, and beyond, sorry, and beyond. So, with this topic, we already know that a simple sentence in past is composed by a subject, a verb, and a complement, right? So, but we have something else, because when we're speaking, we formulate questions, we answer questions, and also we negate, okay? Uh, eh, we negate the action that we are doing, okay. For example, let's go to one of the previous sentence that I used. For example, I went to the doctor. But what happened if I want to say I didn't went? Actually, I'm using the right structure at once, okay? So in this time is when the auxiliary did appears, okay, in the sentence, okay? An auxiliary or this auxiliary is going to help us to negate the action or ask question or even, okay, answer those questions. Okay, let's go with the negative part of these sentences. Okay, it has an structure as well. We have a subject, okay, the auxiliary, the verb in present. In this case, the verb is in present because all the grammar weight that we are holding or the verb is holding, it going to fill into the auxiliary. Okay, so the auxiliary is going to be the one that is telling you that this sentence is in past. Otherwise, if we take out the auxiliary and we use this very present, we are using simple past. And in this case, simple present, sorry. And in this case, we are using simple past. So it's really, really important. I highlight this. It's really important if you are negating, okay, a action, a verb, okay, in past, you must use the auxiliary, okay. So let me keep going, which is we have a subject, a verb, but before the verb we have the auxiliary, negative, did not in this case, and the complement. Okay, we have another element which is the auxiliary, and we have to use it in this time. Also, you can contract the form of the auxiliary. Instead of saying did not, you can say didn't. Practice it. Didn't. Didn't. Very good. And also, you can say, as I was telling you, did not. Okay, both are correct. Okay, so I'm going to say I did not or didn't go. Remember that if we are using the auxiliary, the verb stays in present in its uh, infinitive form. Okay, doctor. I didn't go to the doctor. I didn't go to the doctor. I'm negating the action in past because I'm using uh, the auxiliary. Okay. So what happens if I want to ask a question, if I want to formulate a question? We are using patterns. It's easier to understand and follow a pattern than just an explanation. So we have also a pattern in here in this part, which is the auxiliary, okay, goes first. After the auxiliary, we're going to find the subject. The verb stays in present, the complement, and the other element that we're going to add in this pattern is the question mark. Okay? So in that way, take into account that. Otherwise, okay, you are not asking a question. You just are telling something. Grammarly, that's incorrect. Okay? In our daily life, you can ask, okay, straight away. For example, you went to the doctor. That's a question, but regarding intonation, and it's not grammatically correct. However, in our daily life, that is acceptable. Okay? So let's go with the example. Did goes first. You, the subject, or it can change to she, he, it. Okay, it can change. Go, remember that the verb stays in present, okay, when we're using auxiliaries. The doctor, to the doctor, the complement, okay, and if we are, writing, we have to keep the question mark in the sentence, okay. Now it's time to answer these questions, okay. It's time to answer this question. Okay? Do you want to the doctor? How do you answer it? I'm gonna give you three uh you know choices that you can use, and comment below which is the right one. Okay? Did you want to the doctor? Now let's give the right answer, because remember that we have many ways, well, not many ways, two ways, negative and positive, and also we have long and short ones. So we have the short one, the positive short one, which is yes I did. Yes I did. That's all. But what happened with the negative one? No, I did not, or I didn't. I'm using right now, okay, the auxiliary in order to answer shortly. Okay, now let's go with the long ones. Here is when we can use, or we have to use, the long sentence, the complete sentence, okay, but with some changes. For example, in the positive one, we can say yes I went to the doctor. As a yes, that yes, okay, that we are using, and after the comma that we're going to write, after the comma is a simple past sentence. So that's why we need to change, okay, the verb, because we are not using auxiliary, the verb into its real form, in this case past. That's why instead of use yes I did go, no, yes I went to the doctor, I change into past the verb. Now let's go with the uh, negative one. No. Here I use the auxiliary. No, I didn't go. I using again the uh, infinitive form of the verb. Yes, I'm using. Okay. Yes, I didn't go. No, I didn't go to. I didn't go to the doctor. Okay. Now let's talk about common mistakes. Okay, common mistakes in simple past, okay, are really common. Okay, it's really common that we write a past sentence, okay, and we are using the auxiliary and the past form of a verb uh, in the same sentence. Okay, it's really common. Something like yes, I did work yesterday. So that is really common. Please don't do it. But this is a common mistake that we can see once in a blue moon. Okay, that's a common mistake. Uh, Something like I didn't went. That's another. That's another common mistake that we can find. Yes, I. Oh, also we can find something like yes I didn't win. It doesn't make sense, because in this time you are affirming, or you are confirming something, and the other hand you are negating the same thing. So that's really common, and that's okay. Students mistakes, we understand that. Also, remember that we can find questions, talking again about questions, we can find questions with WH word, who, where, whose, that stuff.